Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. It's about time to start the next project, the next character in the Delirium League, and this time around, this one is going to be a little bit more fancy. Comparable to the Bane Pop Occultist, just with a more, more explodey style. The other one was already super explode, but this one should actually kill it even more. I'm talking about a Blade Vortex Pop Occultist. I mean, yeah, kind of. So my league start was actually pretty successful, clearing all content, doing all the watchstones, killing Cyrus on level 8, doing all the map completions, and so on. And currently I'm farming burial chambers, since the new system with the favorite maps makes it to be able to sustain burial chambers or whatever map you want to have. It's kind of working out okay, I would say. I started with like 10 burial chambers, and now I'm having like 10 or 15 or so, so it's kind of okay to sustain it, as far as I see. But this character is super in the beginning. I'm just going to run a Breachstone, so you can see what kind of character this should be at some point, hopefully. I'm still having some blue gear here and there, just some chaos spam, some magic find gear. I'm not even res capped yet, so sorry for a poor map showcase. I'm not even having dual slots over here, but as soon as I saw on the what's it called, on the preview of the league, that we have the Lone Messenger Keystone, where you can only have one Herald, more Herald buff effect, more damage over time, but no other aura skills. I was thinking about some nice combinations, and this one would be one of those, using a 6-link Herald, which kind of reserves 88% of my current mana. Let's see how this build looks like in theory. We're gonna run a Breachstone, so we're just gonna activate the first stone. Just wait here a little bit so we actually have some monsters spawned. So we're just level up. I don't even know what we're gonna skill now. Why is questionable? Let's take this life note here. Hey, 2.7k life. This is a big problem with Magic Finders at the moment. You know, no, Magic Finders not really have a lot of life, and the Delirium monsters, the Delirium League is super rippy, and I'm getting one-shotted so often, so I'm kind of questioning if it's actually worth running Burial Chamber. So let's take a look how the character looks like. As you can see, massive explosions that you actually know already from my Bane Pop Occultist, but this character has some 2 or 3 stages basically, or explosions built in. And as you see, it's like, it just blow up things, right? As I said, character is pretty poorly geared, basically, on the stats, not even res capped. So I wouldn't even wonder if I just die here somewhere. But it's about to showcase how would this character look like at some point. Ooh, that's a nice explosion. And basically, we're compensating the Occultist Profane Bloom as we do on the Bane Pop Occultist. Basically, cursed enemies explode, dealing quarter of the life as chaos damage, and then using an explode chest to have permanent explosions that are then cursing the enemies around them, and then the explosion can trigger again, and. So it's a pretty funny and fancy character, and I hope that this one works out, because it's just a lot of fun to play Blade Vortex these days. Because in the end, you have Unleash, you just press it like once every, I don't know, every couple seconds. You can permanently sustain your 10 stacks, and then basically just run around and pop everything, right? This is the idea of the build, because I had so much fun with the Bane Pop Occultist. So let me quickly finish this one. Boss probably will not do, because I'm just not having enough damage. As I said, I'm running a blue weapon here with just crafted spell damage. So I mean, we can test it, but oof. He's probably gonna one-shot me. Oh no! No! I'm not even used to characters. Like, what abilities does this dude have? You know, I'm used to just kill them off like instantly before they do anything, right? Anyways, so that was the map showcase. As you saw, pretty much the same as the Bane Pop, just as a more lazy version, just running around with Blade Vortex. So the idea about this build is stacking as many power charges as we can get, using a double 6-link this time with a staff. For a 6-link Herald of Ash, since we cannot use any auras, we are not having a problem. I'm currently having 88% mana reserved on that. Then we have an explode chest that I out-spammed with about, I mean, this time around I had like 600 alterations, super lucky, but last league I spent like 7,000 alterations and didn't even hit it once. So finally I got the Explode mod, so now I can basically imprint this one and then just merge it with an Awakener's Orb to get like an additional curse, frenzy charge and hit, spell crit, like whatever I kind of need for this build to make it even better. Good. So the main idea is we have the ascendancy called the not Forbidden Power, we have Profane Bloom. So as we know, cursed enemies have a chance to explode, dealing quarter of their life as chaos damage. So this is only for cursed enemies. As Bane pop, we didn't have a problem with that one because the Bane will apply curses and then the monsters can explode. So that's why I'm using some implicit gloves like Wild Gloves. They are currently having LA weakness on hit. You can take a Warlord's Ring with like flammability on hit, anything like that, or Assassin's Mark, or whatever you kind of feel like. Any curse will work, so we can trigger that. And then we have the Explode Chest. So the Explode Chest, it doesn't matter. As soon as a monster dies, whatever, on whatever, they will explode, dealing 3% of the life as physical damage. This is a hit. Okay, so this will always be, while the Profane Bloom has only a chance to explode, same as the Obliteration Winds. So the thing is, you kill a monster that explodes, and the explosion will then apply the Elemental Weakness, and then can be triggered by the Profane Bloom again, so you have these massive chain reactions. So everything you kill, basically you just have to kill one single target, and that can explode with the Profane Bloom as well, since the target that you killed already was cursed. And then you have this AoE explosion going off of the Explode Chest and the combination of the Profane Bloom to just... every target you kill or hit is going to get hit. Also with the Herald of Ash, the damage over time, the burning damage. Once the enemy dies from the burning damage, it will also explode, cursing enemies around them, and then basically popping off the Profane Bloom left and right, okay? This was the first idea to fix how can I get the curses onto all kinds of targets. The next thing is, how do we get massive amounts of AoE? The staff nodes are pretty much insane. We have like Enigmatic Rage gives you a shit ton of AoE. You have Serpent Stance, and then later on, maybe for the Anointment later, with Counterweight, giving you insane amounts of critical strike chance and multiplier. Even more AoE over here, like everywhere where you can get AoE is good. Then we are scaling power charges, since the Occultist has the Forbidden Power keynote, or Ascendancy node, which gives you increased area of effect per power charge, right? And spell damage. So the thing is, you have 3 power charges naturally, then you have 3 in the skill tree, makes it 6, then you have 1 in the Ascendancy, makes it 7, then here on the staff 8, and on the helmet, if it's a Warlord helm, is 9. So I'm getting like 45% increased area of effect and 45% increased spell damage per power, or in total from the power charges itself. Then there is timeless jewels that give you damage per power charge. There is the Crusader mod for weapons that give you up to like 17% increased damage per power charge. So at one point, if you maybe have a ring with +1 power charge or something, and let's calculate with 10 power charges, it will give you like 170% increased damage just from the power charges. Then you have this one giving you 40% increased spell damage. Then you have here spell damage. With the timeless keystones, you get even more damage per power charge. So you're basically scaling and stacking power charges to have insane amounts of spell damage and damage gain in global set, with scaling the Herald of Ash with generic damage, like damage per power charge, and then just having a really nice balanced, hopefully balanced character at some point that is insanely fast in clearing, also for the Delirium, like talking later for the Simulacrum, where you basically just can't, or the idea, stand still, everything that spawns will explode, and then like spreading everything around it and make it even more explosive. But there is 2 concerns that I have. Survivability would be one point that I kind of want to fix, because I want to have like, this should be a hybrid character, since we're Occultist. We have a lot of energy shield nodes around here, scaling down to life nodes, and then basically have some life leech, energy shield leech, and maybe even the one of the new skills, whatever it's called. But basically, we're going to see how this journey will go. I just want to update you guys on what I'm currently playing, because this is actually the 3rd character. Yesterday, I leveled up this character to 78 and an Assassin to 82, because I actually plan to play an Herald of Thunder Lone Messenger Bomber. But for Burial Chamber, since the Occultist basically has now the Magic Find gear that I had on the Assassin, the problem is the Herald of Thunder is currently not doing enough damage with the amount of currency that I have to actually pop targets instantly. They kind of die, so you have to think like the Herald of Thunder will come down, kill a target, the Explode Chest goes off and kills everything. But I sometimes need like 2 or 3 strikes from the Herald of Thunder to actually make the chain reaction go off, and this is like not enough for my beliefs. And I know it's just a currency problem, a crafting problem, and so on. But maybe at some point, maybe after this character, once we gathered some more currency, we can make the other character just working as well, where you just have to run around and the Herald of Thunder with the exploit chest will just demolish the whole content. Alright guys, that's it for today. Path of building of the current character is in the description below if you want to take a look. But as I said, there is jewel slots missing. I'm not even res cap. It's pretty much the basics here. Leveled this one up yesterday. I'm level 78 now. So there is a lot more to fix on this build, but it's just a small preview on what I'm working on right now. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.